Hello everyone, my name is Lisa Davis and I am the medical nutritionist therapist for Damien Ministries. Today we are going to prepare chicken and cabbage stir fry. First, I'm going to take my broth. You can use broth or you can use water. I like to use broth because it gives a little bit more flavor. So this is chicken broth. You can also use vegetable broth or beef broth, but since we cooking chicken, we want to use chicken broth. About 2 tablespoons. So we first want to saute or simmer our onions. We gotta get some sizzling going on here. The recipe calls for a red pepper. Now, of course, if you don't have a red pepper, if you have a yellow pepper or an orange pepper, by all means, use whatever pepper you have. I like to use a variety of colors because the more colors and rainbow you incorporate into your diet, the more vitamins and minerals you will receive. Basically, we want to go ahead and soften our peppers and our onions. So the recipe calls for about 2 cups of shredded cabbage, about a cup of kale greens. You can use kale or collards, either one, or you can actually use spinach, about a pound of grilled chicken, and about a half a cup of mushrooms. So with the chicken, I like to use the Perdue shortcut chicken. It's already cooked, very convenient, lots of protein. Now, if you are using raw chicken, grill your chicken first in a little olive oil, season it with a little salt and pepper. Cook your chicken first, cut it into slices. Alrighty, so we got our peppers and onions going. Again, red peppers have lots of vitamin C in them. Onions are really healthy for us. They may help lower your cholesterol. They may help lower your blood pressure. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add our kale greens in because what we wanna do, we wanna soften our greens just a tad. So this is shredded or cut up chopped kale greens. So stir this around. Soften our kale. Kale greens consist of lots of fiber, folic acid, magnesium, fiber. So you don't just have to wait for Thanksgiving and Christmas to eat your greens. We want to incorporate greens in our diet all year round. And this is a quick way and easy way to get them into our system when you add them to other dishes. So soften them up. That's beautiful. And it smells delightful. Then we want to go ahead and add in our cabbage. And again, this is about 2 cups of shredded cabbage. Add our chicken. So a little pepper. You can use cayenne pepper. I'm using black pepper today. Mrs. Dash or your Spike seasoning. And again, I love these Mrs. Dash and Spike because basically it is a combination of vegetables and herbs grinded up into a powder form. I tend to use the salt-free versions because, we just want to kind of keep our sodium intake, especially if we're using salt in the recipe. And I'm using my Himalayan salt. It's a little salt to taste. Your Himalayan salt does consist of a little bit more minerals and garlic powder. You can't go wrong with your garlic powder. All right, so we want to move this around. And since the chicken is already cooked, basically, we're just kind of heating it up and incorporating it with the rest of the ingredients. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Add the mushrooms in last because they'll cook down really fast. You can use regular white button mushrooms. You can even go fancy and use the shiitake mushrooms, which has a lot of anti-cancer properties in them. But I like the portobello mushrooms or baby bella mushrooms. And a lot of vegetarians or vegans, they use a lot of mushrooms as their meat source because of the texture. Let this cook for maybe about 8 minutes. Once the cabbage cooks down some, softens it up. Some people like their cabbage a little crunchy. Some folks like this cabbage really, really soft and tender. So it's your preference. Cabbage is part of the cruciferous vegetables, like with your broccoli and your cauliflower. Cleanses out your system, cleanses out a lot of toxins out of your system. Good for your digestive system. Now, some folks may get a little gassy from eating foods in the cruciferous family. If you're one of those folks, then you know to either stay away from the cruciferous vegetables or maybe take like some Gas X or something like that. These vegetables are extremely beneficial for the body. I'm gonna let this cook for about 8 minutes and I'm gonna show you the end result of this beautiful cabbage and chicken stir fry. And here it is. So it's beautiful. Cabbage and chicken stir fry. We have our cabbage. We threw some kale in here. Again, you can use kale, spinach, or collard greens. We have red bell peppers. We have onion. We have mushrooms. And we have our grilled chicken. So I would like for you to enjoy this quick, easy, budget-friendly chicken and cabbage stir fry. Enjoy, and we'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.